3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Good morning, fellow Forex traders. FX with Terry live, 25 past the hour in a little bit less than 5 minutes. Non-farm payroll news launches. Let's jump over to the browser real quick. So much to talk about, but I wanna get this news watch set up. I'm set up, but I want to get it on screen here. So let me try that, and I'm going to have to click a few things. So give me a second here. Let's go here. I want to look at one thing first, and then we got about 4 minutes here. We need to jump on. I like to watch Euro USD for the NFP non-farm payroll release. Let's see if I can do this. There's the browser. There's that. Okay, cool. So we can kind of see everything at once here. However, in the background, let's just look at this first. Real quick, AUD, CAD nearing our take profit. We're going to talk about that as quickly as I can. The overall trade, depending on whether you added any manual trades or not, the overall trade is in profit right now. I've considered getting out myself because I've just had enough of it, right? But hey, don't trade emotionally, and we'll get to the TP. I don't know what this news release is going to do. 3 minutes here before it releases. I don't know what this news release is going to do to AUD CAD. I predict it's going to send it the other way, meaning it's going to be a little bearish. Don't let that panic you. It is what it is. We will hit that TP at some point. I'd like to hit it today because I'd love to do a complete system reset and start the week next week fresh. So let's move forward here to EUR USD. And I think that's what I said I wanted to watch. Let's just grab IC markets. So I'm going to come all the way down to the 1 minute chart just so we can see the movement. 2 minutes before this launches, it's pulling back Euro USD. I would imagine it's probably going to tank excessively. Non-farm payroll, United States, basically unemployment. So let me also pull up. We are looking at AUD CAD on the mobile screen here and Euro USD in the background, the white screen. Let's just see what happens. I probably need to, let's scale this. Let's scale AUD CAD down to like the 5 minute so we can see the movement. 29 past the hour. Boy, time is moving fast. We've got about 45 seconds before the news launches. Let's just see what happens. AUD CAD pushing up, and Euro USD in the background, well, pushing up also. God, isn't it interesting? I mean, completely different currency pairs. AUD CAD in the black, Euro USD in the white, similar price movements. We've got about 10 seconds. Let's see what happens. Look how similar those prices are. Completely different currency pairs. It's pushing up. So news just released. Holy shit. Look at that movement. It's going green. I effing love it. And there's TP on AUDCAD. Absolutely phenomenal. Holy shit. I'm going to have, you guys, this sucks. I'm going to have to go to the pause screen because I need to handle some of my accounts here. Holy shit. That was incredible. That's what we were waiting for. I am fucking excited about that one. So, I want to make sure I'm not sharing my accounts here. Sorry, I'm going to have to do this. Man, that's incredible. Holy crap. I'm holding on to one trade. I'm going to get out of it. I'm just watching here. Unfortunately, we can't watch this ourselves because I have to close these trades. So, yeah, I'm getting out of that trade. I added some trades. Let me look at one more account, and then I'll come back on with you. That was phenomenal. Let's see, where are we at here? Oh, it's such a tough decision to get out of these while this is happening. But I'm going to do it because I've had enough of AUDCAD. What happened is, I'll come back here and show you the free signal trade. Sorry about that pause, but hey, it had to happen. So here's the free signal trade. There is AUDCAD on the 5-minute. I didn't expect that. That hit our take profit. Holy shit, I didn't even get to look at the chart. I had all the pricing laid out for you. Fucking incredible. Incredible that I would have never predicted that AUDCAD would be affected by the non-farm payroll. Let's think this through a little bit here. So Euro USD, let's go to the browser so I can share both of these. Unbelievable. I don't know, unbelievable. I would not have expected that. Look at the push on that. I can't even scale the screen. I'm gonna have to go up to the 5-minute. Jesus, mother of God. You caught me off guard. I really thought it was going to tank. There you go. That's how you predict the market. You don't. No one knows what the hell it's going to do. For the fact that AUDCAD would push the exact same amount, I have to think this through. Why would that happen? Here's all I can think, is that predominantly AUDCAD was moved by the U.S. market, U.S. banks. They were holding on to their AUDCAD exchanges, and they dumped it all into the market last week, and they just used NFP because they knew where it was going to go. They just used NFP to get out of that. That is, look at the wick on that. Oh, let me pull it up here. Look at the wick on that on the 30-minute chart. Scale it down a little bit there. That is phenomenal. What are they going to do? I mean, luckily we're out of that. Let's look at, so here's the trade on the premium signals monitor. $4,447.73 closed in profit. In fact, now that I think about it, I need to turn that currency pair off since we're out of it. So give me, let's go back to the pause screen. I didn't expect all this to happen all at once. All right, let me make sure that I can do this. Yes, I can. So stand by. I'm in the background on my virtual private server. I'm going to pause that particular pair, AUD CAD. I'm going to pause it just for right now. There we go. So the entire system is on pause right now. Let me just verify real quick. Every currency pair is paused. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. Let me come back here. Wow. Wow, that was incredible. I don't know. Did you see that? I hope you've seen it. We caught it. Mark says, hooray. Mark says, goes to show how all currencies are somehow or another. You know what? Honestly, Mark, that changed. I've never seen that. That changed my perspective on everything. To see AUD, CAD move like that on a U.S. non-farm payroll, never in my life. Never in my life. Mark says, USD tanked NFP was worse than forecasted. Sane with unemployment. Yeah, I mean, I think you meant same with unemployment. Yeah. Unbelievable. I don't know. I'm blown away right now. Okay, I'm just trying to think. All right, so the entire system's paused. We're out of everything. This allows me... I'm going to go ahead and... in a few minutes here, we'll go over all of the updates that I was going to do and just kind of tell you why I'm doing it. Everybody's like, what? You're changing? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Basically, since I had everything on pause, I mean, the market was so ape shit crazy. I was like, all right, what's going on? Should I even be taking trades right now? We'll absolutely start fresh on Monday. Let me think of where I want to be here and get enough screens up that I want. All right, here we are. So this is what I want. So Euro USD in the background pushed up, and let's see. It's interesting. See, now it's different if you look on the left. Now let's see. Well, I've got the 30-minute. Let's compare it to... what am I? I'm in the 5-minute in the background on the Euro USD. Let's go 5-minute. I mean, the similarities. That 5-minute candle is not refreshing on Trading View. Why is that the case? Let me refresh the screen here. Who knows why those don't match up right now? So some similar push movement, but then afterward, if they're both on the 5-minute, why is Trading View not keeping up? It's almost like it's frozen. Trading View is frozen. That is weird. Seems like it is. This, let me zoom in a little bit. On the mobile device, AUD, CAD, 5-minute. Look at that wick. I'm blown away. That wick is huge. And that's the 5-minute. All right, I'm going to try to be done being blown away here. So, like I said, I had this chart set up with all this pricing, and I was going to tell you what I was thinking about AUD, CAD. It's all over. So, let's look at a few other accounts. Let's come back to the general screen here. There we go. So, TradingView finally updated. I mean, you know what? It must be server times that are different. Yeah, it's like TradingView is like a minute off. That is really weird. No, it's like, I don't know. Seems to me like it's 5 minutes off. Anywho, let's come back here. Let's do this screen. Put it in the center here. Now I'm going to go on the pause. Let's go look at the Premium Signals monitoring account. But I think we did that. No, we didn't. What account was I looking at? I have so many accounts. I can't keep track of them all. What account was I just looking at? Oh, I was looking at the Free Signals account. And now now what we're looking at here, in fact, this is a good segue. Let me pull this up. This is the premium signals monitoring account. It's the overall system. It was originally trading a base lot size of 1.0 or $10 per pip, just so I could show some really awesome results and show you what the full system does. Now, it was on a $5 million account. It is now on a $497,000 account. What happened? What happened was last week, Wednesday night, Thursday morning, the market pushed so hard, I've never seen it ever in my life. And this sample account took a $4.5 million hit. Just a sample account anyway. Obviously, it's obviously way overbidding, right? So, don't attribute it to my complete, idiot failure, because it's not. It's just we've seen a market push across currency pairs that we'd never seen before. If you look at the history, this thing closed $3,590.36 today on this final trade of AUDCAD. And what that means is, here's what I want to do. And here's a reason for kind of like the pause and the reset this weekend. I was obviously overbidding on this sample account. I don't want to push it so far that I lose $4.5 million on a sample account. I would have never, ever expected that I would come anywhere near blowing that account, a $5 million account at $10 per pip, trading 22 currency pairs. That just shows you how hard the market pushed. Never seen it in the 3 years I've been running this algorithm. Never seen it. Not even close. I'll give you an example. In the 3 years I've been running the algorithm, I've had my own personal sample account that I don't share with anybody, running the entire algorithm, 22 currency pairs, on a $100,000 account at 0.01 lot size. I was like, that's the most drawdown I've ever seen on that thing in some of the worst trading conditions, and it's been at least 2 years, if not 2.5. The most drawdown I saw was $5,000. This last week, a $500,000 account trading the exact same, the full algorithm, 0.01 lot size, went $150,000 in drawdown. I was like, this can't be right. What's wrong? Something's wrong. The market pushed so hard, we've never seen it do that before. So, what I want to do is, you can see that this is, just under 500,000. The Premium Signals Monitor account is one of the things, and we'll go look in the group real quick because I made this huge list of the plan this weekend, and you can see how it impacts you. It doesn't impact you in any sort of negative way. In fact, all the trades are closed, so on and so forth. So what's going to happen is you're going to need to reset up, if you're a subscriber, if you're a paid subscriber or a lifetime license holder, you're going to need to reset up your... Well, we'll talk about a few different accounts, but you're going to need to reset up if you're trading the full algorithm. I'm going to refresh and create an entire new account on my side just because I want it to be bigger. But nonetheless, I'll walk everybody through it. Here it is Friday. Probably do some work on the system tonight. Do all of the work tomorrow. And just make the announcement, hey, here's what we're going to do. Like, for example, there's going to be a brand new Premium Signals Monitor account. So if you go into the group, into the Discord group, and you're a paid subscriber or a lifetime license holder, you'll notice in the Premium Signals section, the account, or Premium Signals Monitor section, the account info is going to change. It's going to be a new account number, new password, investor password, so you can monitor it on MT4 Mobile. So that's what's going on there. I'm glad we're out of it. Brian says, thank God I saw that wick and was like, are we going to get it? We got it. That was it. It happened like that. What was it? 2 seconds? 5 seconds maybe? It happened so fast. I really didn't expect that. So let's look around at a few different accounts, and I'll go back to the group and just kind of go over what what I'm going to update this weekend, just because I put a list in there, and some really cool kind of monitoring accounts that I'm going to bring into the mix that we can watch throughout the week. Let's pause here and look at a few of the other accounts. Let's go look at the gold scalper. I have not looked at that this morning. That is going to be this account. So gold scalper, pretty proud of what it's doing. Everyone's still kind of a little confused on how it works. It's not as much of how it works, is that it's very similar. It's very similar to my current overall algorithm, where yes, it will add trades, it will scale into the trades if it needs to, and it will increase the lot size. It's not linear. It doesn't increase the lot size every trade. And like I said, we were talking about this in the group yesterday, and I mentioned the lot increase factor that I have programmed into the AI, but it's not, if I said 1.5, right? So it'll take, if it needs to increase the lot size, it'll increase it by 1.5 times, right? Or basically 50%. But it will not do that every trade. And in fact, I looked back for the entire month of trading on the test. It was exactly a month. Highest lot size was 0.03. That doesn't mean it wasn't 0.0101010103. Right? It doesn't mean that it wasn't that. So it could be 3, 4, 5 trades. It's intended to do the absolute minimum amount of trades with the minimum lot size. And again, it's intended to do $10 profit per day. Here is last night's trade. And I noticed this was slow. It started at about 8 p.m. yesterday. And here we are, $10.33 profit. Everybody's excited about this because I've got it tweaked in correctly on my end, and you can scale it on your end. In fact, Derek was showing his results, scaling it on his end. He scaled it to a 5x multiplier, so instead of 0.01, he's bidding 0.05. And he's doing it on a low leverage account, just kind of a test account, right? And everybody's like, why is the leverage so low, so on and so forth. We wanted to see how much it would hit the margin level percent on using gold on that account, on low leverage. And, 0.05 is probably the highest you want to go. On, less than 50 leverage. So, you got more than 50 leverage, you can leverage more. Again, you do what you want. It's your account. So I'm pretty excited about that. The one thing I'm not real happy about, and I'm going to show you, is that new algorithm that I've been playing with. And it's not headed in the direction I would want it to. It's just, and that's why you got to put it on live data. You gotta watch this stuff. And maybe it'll pull out of the hole that it's got itself in, but typically when you run these algorithms and bots and EAs and stuff, they look great, and then all of a sudden they run themselves under the ground. I'm not saying this one is doing that. I'm going to go ahead and share it with you. I'm not unhappy with it, but it is high risk. It is high risk. I'm going to pull it up here. Actually, it just closed a bunch of trades and reduced its own risk. All right, so not bad, but I'll share this with you and show you. So here it is. It was on a sample $10,000 account. It's made $700 in about 2 weeks. So it's well on track to do 10% plus. So if you think about that, in this sample account, I'm probably bidding higher than I should. So a 0.10 base lot size, probably a little high. Pulling it back to 0.01 lot size means it's simply, that's how I send out the trades, right? So it's scalable for you. You could scale that up. I'd be curious to see at some point, because obviously at a 0.01 lot size, this algorithm, in my eyes, would run forever. But how much will it make at that? And is it scalable enough? So when I looked at it this morning, right now we're in margin level percent 1,544. When I looked at it this morning before we went live, it was like 840. And I was like, that's pretty low. So it corrected itself. It closed out. It looks like a bunch of trades. I don't think anything was closed. So we'll go look at the closures here. And it's going to look a little crazy to you. It does. It's pure. This is purely mathematics. There is no entry strategy on this algorithm. When you turn it on, it enters a buy and a sell trade, and it's not a hedged robot because it's trading each. Although that technically is a hedge, it's not. It's not a hedge robot. It's not a hedge algorithm. It just enters two trades wherever the price is at, and it manages each of them, paying attention to what the other one's doing. If one's profitable and one's not, which is typically what you're going to do with, equal and opposite trades, it will borrow some profits from one if it gets too far and close out some losses from the other and keep you right at a break even. So if you look at the history here, it has closed, and here's why I like it. You have to look at the mathematics here. It's closed at a profit. $34.82 for the day. It's closed down all of these because the market was getting crazy. It was pushing against it. It's closed down all of these trades and still has a profit. So that's pretty cool. Something, I want to pull this up because Brian just said this and I'll kind of reiterate it. Brian said AUD, CAD trying to push back up as well. So one of the things I did, and I had to make the decision this morning, is I added, at the worst effing time, I added 2 trades to my own account, 2 AUD, CAD, what were they, buy trades. And this morning when the entire algorithm closed out, my 2 trades were still hanging on because I went in at a hefty lot size. And I went ahead and took the loss because it wasn't a loss. It was still an overall profit. Because I just want to get out of it. I thought I could hold on to them, but as we're on the call here and I couldn't watch it as much as I wanted to, let's go look real quick. So, 8, you know what? I probably should have held on to them, right? But it looked like it was going to tank, and it did for a couple candles there. It tanked. I can draw it on the screen here. So here was obviously our NFP candle, this big wick, and then it started going down. So I was like, you know what? I'm getting out of those couple trades. I think I took about a $300 or $400 loss. It wasn't a loss because it just reduced my overall profit. And even on some of my worst accounts, that was still about $1,000 profit for me. So I'm not unhappy with it, but we did hang on to that for what? 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks? Yeah, just whatever. It's the summer. I'm not going to be emotional about it, but I'm glad to be out of it. And look, man, we got a nice push. Boy, I should have held on to those. Emotionally trading, I should have held on to them until they were freaking blue. They'd probably be pretty close to being blue right now. Look at that. That's moving really nice. Yeah, that sucks. I got out. So back to this. It's going to seem a little scary, all of these trades, but I have to tell you, for this thing to close, this happened during non-farm payroll this morning. All of these close. To be able to do that manually, you couldn't do it. You just couldn't do it. If you look at, well, we wouldn't be able to do it because there's something I don't want to reveal here. However, for you to be able to manually and mathematically look at what we're looking at here, profit, close, profit, close, profit. So it's taking all these profits, closing down all these partial trades. The mathematics happen in a second. You couldn't do it yourself. You couldn't do it. That's why I like this. It's highly mathematical. If that's a word, mathematical, it's very mathematical. It's very mathy. Some mathy stuff here. So I'm really impressed with this. It's hanging on to his margin level. 1,600% is beautiful. Maybe this is something moving forward. We need to see it. I've ran this algo on a few other currency pairs other than GBP USD. I wasn't real happy with it. I like the movement of GBP USD. It's a good middle of the road, low spread, low fee type of thing. So we'll see what happens. We'll let this thing run. Let me come back here. We'll go back to the free signal. Then I think I'm just going to run over to the group and give you guys an update. So yeah, pretty nice closure. I'm glad we're out of that. If you were a degenerate like me and you added some trades, you probably didn't get, if if you just let, and maybe here's a lesson to learn, especially in the crazy volatile market we had last week. If you just let the algorithm do what the algorithm's going to do. I added trades going, we're going towards take profit, and it went hard against again after those trades. In fact, it dragged the mathematical take profit below my entries, and I was like, fuck. So if you just let it go, do its thing. That's the tough part. In this particular case, many people had to shut off AUD, CAD. I even had to shut it off by one trade. I couldn't take that last. I could have, but I didn't know it was going to go one. I thought it might go 8 or 10, and I couldn't have handled 8 or 10 more trades scaled in at a high lot size. You don't know. You don't know what's going to play out. So let's go. I'm going to pause here. And I'm going to open up the group. I'm going to go to my update, and I'll brush through it real quick just so everyone is clear. We're on the same page now that we got everything closed out. Let me pull it up here and then see if I can share this with you. In fact, before I even do, I'm going to scroll back. I'm just going through the open chat. I'm going to scroll back to that update that I posted. Let's see here. I just want to be able to go over it. Boy, we've done a lot of chatting since my update. All right, here it is. Couple part series. Now I will share this with you. Should be this right here. Yes. Okay, cool. Let me move myself out of the way here. So I posted this a couple days ago. I'm just going to kind of read through it because I put some time into this in terms of my wording and what I'm going to do. So let's talk about what I'm really doing here. So I said most of us are waiting for AUD CAD, so we're done with that. Gold scalper looking good. At that point, there were a bunch of pairs open. Everything is closed. And I said here, once everything closes, I'll take an hour to sort of reset. Now, since it happened on Friday, I'm going to take the weekend to reset this thing. And I said, in doing so, the main feed will be deleted from Social Trader Tools. And the reason for that is this. Well, I probably should finish it. I'm going to delete it and re-add it because I can't, because the account number is going to change. Okay, so I'm trying to think here. Let's think about how this is going to work. It's going to cause some havoc. It's going to cause some, on my end, it's going to cause some work. So it's like, if I remove the full algorithm and re-add it, if you were trading the full algorithm, that means that the full algorithm will disappear from your Social Trader Tools account, and then it will reappear. When it disappears like that, if you have it attached to anything as a copier, your copier will also either go away or it will be wrong. Okay? So what I will probably do just to help out, I know that the full algorithm inside of Social Trader Tools is called Premium Signals because I named it that. It's really called 10 pip automation. I called it Premium Signals because it was kind of a way to say, hey, you probably shouldn't necessarily trade the full algorithm unless you have a really large account and you're willing to take, the higher risk and or bid less than you normally would. When I say normally would, with compared to some of the other feeds. So I'm just thinking I might do a naming function so you know that it's the new updated feed, and I'll tell you why I'm going to do it. I might name it something like Premium Signals V2 version 2. Okay. The reason I'm doing it is right now it takes me 2 MetaTrader 4 accounts to deliver the overall algorithm to you. It's the base mathematics algorithm and the AI. They don't run together. One copies its trades. The algorithm copies its trades to the AI. The AI is what makes the determination of what are we going to do with that and how is it copied, right? In all basic senses. When I built the original algorithm, which has been running for like 3 years now, it was on a $100,000 account. I think recently in the last 6 months, I upgraded it to a $500,000 account. And that, the main algorithm, copies to the AI system. And when I built the AI system, it was on a $5 million account. Those account sizes do not need to match. However, in this particular case, the $500,000 account could have nearly been blown out, and then it wouldn't have copied to the $5 million account, and that's bad. Like, you don't want the algorithm itself to blow out. I've never seen that many trades. So what I want to do is I want to put them both, the algorithm and the AI system, on a $5 million account. So I'm going to do that. It's better for long-term moving forward. It's just, I won't run into any issues where all of a sudden I have to stop the algorithm. And I think I got to that point where I had to stop a few pairs. Like, they were already pairs that would have ruined everyone's accounts anyway because of the market movement. So anyway, I know I'm getting kind of technical with you there, but that's the case. Now, what's interesting is it will not affect the 10 pip hybrid. Nothing changes on that. Okay, so if you're trading the 10 pip hybrid, you won't notice anything. I want to see if I put that in here. So you will need to reconnect your copier if you're trading the full algorithm. I'm going to suggest this is an opportunity for you since everything's closed. Maybe stop trading the full algorithm this summer, because who knows what's going on around this upcoming election and craziness and assassination attempts on prior presidents, so on and so forth. So obviously, before, as I'm making this alteration, I'll be posting in the group. It's potential that if I change the feed, the main feed, Premium Signals version 2, that it would remove it from your account. And if you don't get it back within an hour or two, and I'll let everybody know because I'm going to manually do it, then you just simply tell me, and I'll find your account on my end and make sure it's added and active and so on and so forth. I'll be fully transparent, telling you everything that's going on. And of course, if you're going to lose your copier setting and you have no idea how to reset it up, I'm here. Done, easy, we'll make it happen. Of course, everybody will want me to do it at once, but hey, I'm here, I'm going to do the work. Let's see here. I said this will also give those that are trading the full algo time to rethink their decision. All right, I already said that. I also state here the reason for the reset. I want to have a larger account on my main algo. So part 2 here, I said the Premium Signals monitor account will also reset. So over here in the left-hand menu, it is right here, Premium Signals, the Trade Signals Premium. That account, I'm going to reset it. I'm going to go back to a $5 million account, and I'm going to change the base lot size to a 0.10 instead of a 1.0. 0.10, the reason I'm trading that $1 instead of $10 is I want the number sequence to be proper. So 1 would be if you're bidding 10 cents and Premium Signals Monitor sends out a trade at 0.20, that means you got to double it, double your lot size if you were in the original trade. And again, Premium Signals Monitor is for monitoring and maybe taking some manual trades, but it's more importantly, it's for monitoring, for you to see what's going on in the overall system if you're trading a subset of the system itself, subset being the 10 pip hybrid feed or the one profitable pair feed. So that's probably a good segue to talk about that. Let's see, we'll do all the resets at once. You'll be fully aware. I said that the lot size is going to change. So here's something I want to do right now. And I know this gets a little confusing for people, but right now, what we had the free signal account, and technically, it's the exact same trade and account that is being sent out in the automated system, which is called one profitable pair. So it trades one pair at a time to profit and then grabs the next pair. Even if the next currency pair is already in 2 or 3 trades and that sequence goes into trade 4, the system will grab trade 4 because that's the next one in the sequence. And there's some spam text message I just got. You can reply to them if you want to. Lost my train of thought here. So here's what I want to do. I don't want those accounts to be the same anymore. That doesn't mean they can't at some point, just because of volume and trading and so on and so forth, sync themselves up. But I want them to be separate in the sense that we've got the free signal account. I want to have a dedicated account for the one profitable pair. And the reason for that is I don't like the high bid on the one profitable pair feed. I don't like people having to scale that bid down because the free signals feed comes out at 1.0 lot size. I might not even run the free signal feed at 1.0 lot size. It's a little crazy. We'll see. I'll think about that. It doesn't really matter. I want the one profitable pair feed to be dedicated, and I want it to be just like all the other feeds. It sends out a lot size of 0.01 base, and you can scale it up from there. It was confusing the hell out of people to scale that 1.0 lot size down for their account. And not a good idea. Someone's going to screw it up. In fact, I set up an account, and I screwed it up. Okay. So I'm going to fix that. It's just a little bit of a technical side of it. In doing so, guess what? If I do that, and I'll look at it from a technical standpoint, but if I do it, it also is going to remove any copier you have set up. And its potential, it might not, I literally could, if I think about it, a lot's going to have to change there. But nonetheless, it could potentially remove the one profitable pair feed from your system, your Social Trader Tools copy system, and we'd have to re-add it, and you'd have to recreate a copier. So I get that all of that is a little bit of a pain in the ass. However, doing a reset and doing it right and having the system on the right account sizes and the right bid sizes, because right now it's just a little confusing, will be valuable, and moving forward, it would never change. I shouldn't say never, right? But the intent is to not change it moving forward. Let's see. I think I said that here. I did go into some detail there. So let me see what else here. So the next thing I need to do, once that all is up and running and everybody's got their stuff set up properly, and it's a lot easier now that the fact that all of the trades are closed. I want to set up a Telegram trade notification channel. And I want it to be just that. I don't want it to say what the trade is, what the lot size is, what the take profit is. I really don't want it to do that. I want it to simply be a trade notification / modification channel. Because if you see on the Telegram notification channel GBP USD modified, okay, you'll hear a ding. And if that's a concern, if that trade's a concern for you, you can go look at the Premium Signals Monitor account and go, what was GBP USD modified to? Modified means that a new trade was entered and the take profit was modified. And that can be valuable for people, because the reason we do it this way is because unless you have access to the actual MetaTrader 4 account, which you would not have, because these are accounts that emanate from my system and are intellectual property that I'm not going to give access to the MT4 account. If you didn't have that, which you don't have audible notifications on your MetaTrader 4, typically, if it's not your account, if it's coming from mine to yours. So having a Telegram notification channel is valuable, because you'll get to hear the entire algorithm entering trades and modifying trades. And it can get a little overwhelming in a high value or a high volume market, but I want to give you that ability. So that's something I haven't done up to this point. We've kind of done some different things with Telegram, but that will be a dedicated channel. So as I see this, I get it. Evolution, evolution, evolution. We evolve, we evolve, we evolve. I get the fact that I'm making changes and stuff, but it's always for a positive, longer term outcome in the future. So don't let all of this confuse you. I think so. That was basically it. I know I'm throwing a lot of stuff at you there. So that's what I wanted to show you. We're out of everything. I'm going to keep it off for the day, do the updates this weekend, and we'll start absolutely fresh Monday. If something changes on your end and you didn't catch this live session and all of a sudden all of this happens and you didn't know it was going to happen, it's no big deal. You're not missing out on anything. As soon as you get aware of the changes I've made, because I'll make the announcements and tag everybody and all that stuff in the group. Probably even send an email or two just to kind of let those people that know that don't necessarily pay attention to the group here or the live sessions because they're busy or they don't like my ugly face, one or the other. I'll be very transparent. You'll know what's going on. And if you don't get it set up till Monday or Tuesday, no big deal. We'll plug you in. You'll jump into the trading and everything will be hunky-dory. I'm going to suggest that I believe right now, given this kind of scary, crazy market that we're in, I'm going to suggest maybe, and remember, I'm an idiot. I'm a gambler. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to suggest that maybe the best way to trade, depending on your account size, if you have a really small account, like $1,000 or less, you should trade the one profitable trade feed. Well, I'm sorry, one profitable pair feed. I used to call it that. You should trade the one profitable pair feed. And or a lot of people are like, well, this gold scalper account you got is just killing it right now. It is. That doesn't mean it always will. Doesn't mean it's a holy grail. Gold is high risk. It's high risk. You can get into a trade even at 0.01 and gold can move hard. In fact, I'd be curious to see. You won't be able to see this one. I'll pull it up first here. Be curious to see how much NFP affected. Give me a second here. I'm going to go to the account. I want to see how much NFP affected gold. Let's go here. I'll share this with you if it's significant at all. I'm just pulling up the gold chart. All right, something looks crazy here. Pushed way up and has returned all the way back. Huge gap. Wow. That's crazy. I'll come back and share this with you. Let's come here. Let's go to the pause screen. and then I will pull up this. Here we go. Look at what gold did on the non-farm payroll. There is a gap there. The gap goes from here oh wait, candle just switched. Gap goes from here all the way up to here. And I couldn't make a straight line with my mouse if you held a gun to my head. Nonetheless, wow, what a gap, and it looks like it's getting filled. So that would have been a really cool opportunity to be up here and realize that there's a gap here and trade that gap on the way down. You would have done pretty good. But a lot going on this morning. That didn't happen. Looks, yeah, just filled the gap right there. So that's the gap. The gap is completely filled. This is the 15-minute chart. So that would have been a really nice trade. Doug says, late but made it. Well, I'll tell you what, Doug. Go back and watch the replay. When the news launched this morning, for no apparent reason that I would have ever expected, AUD went into profit in about 3 seconds. Unbelievable. Fact, let's pull it up here. Where's it at? Where's it at? Here it is. Let's go look at what the chart has done. Yeah, look at that. So there's the 15-minute chart. That green candle, that big long green candle right here, was actually, that's not true. You can't even see it. There's a wick on the red candle before that goes all the way down there. I can't draw a straight line. And that pushed up. We did a TP. It pulled back, and now we're getting some nice upward movement. I should have held on to the extra trades I had. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. FOMO. Emotions. It's hard to turn the emotions off. I'll give you that, especially in the moment, in a hot moment like that when the news launches and the market's pushing. You're like, holy crap! You just don't know what it's going to do. I'm going to stop myself from adding manual trades as much as possible because guess what, people? I was wrong. Last week when I added AUD, I called it out in the group. I'm adding a couple trades because I fucking think I know what's going on. I didn't. And I personally took a little bit of a loss on those extra trades I added because I was like, I just want to get out. So I got out of everything today. So we're out of everything. Fresh new start this weekend. I just talked for almost an hour. Okay, cool. I'm done. Had enough. Happy Friday. What am I doing today? I don't know. Does anybody care? I'm not going to bother you with my personal life. I think that's it. That is it. I just gave you a lot of info. If you just joined, you're going to want to go back and watch the replay. It was some good shit. I might even go back and watch the replay. To see that news do that. I had mentioned, and I didn't even get a chance to talk about it, I had mentioned that we would trade the news on a demo account. And in fact, let's touch on that real quick, what I would have done. Right? There's an algorithm and an EA that I could use, or you could also do this manually. So I would go to something like Euro USD on non-farm payroll. And let's look at I do it on the 5-minute. Okay. So I go to the 5-minute chart, and this is the 5-minute NFP candle right here, this candle. Okay. The candle before the news launches would be this one. So let me erase that. So this is the 5-minute candle right here. So the top of this 5-minute candle before news release was there, and the bottom of it was right there. Okay. So what you do is you set a pending buy order just above that current 5-minute candle, and a pending sell order just below that 5-minute candle. So when the news launches, either way, whatever direction it goes, the pending order is launched. Now, in this particular case, it launched and went negative just a little bit, so that sell trade would have entered, it looks like. and then it would have come back and been stopped out because you set your stop, right, to basically break even. And then it would have launched up. It would have opened the buy trade, went all the way up here, and there would have been a kind of tick by tick trailing stop. So it would have moved to trailing stop, and then obviously that price moved back. It would have taken profit somewhere up here, and that would have happened in less than a minute. So that's how you do it. That's how you do it. It's just that news entry, have a pending buy, pending sell. It's pretty cool. And in fact, the EA itself that I use to do this is way more intelligent than that. And it could re-enter and follow this trend all the way up, and it would set the it would follow with a stop loss. It would set the stop loss at the previous lowest candle. So it would move up, come back, and then it would move up here, set the stop loss here. It would have set the stop loss here, and now who knows if it's going to hit, right? So our stop loss would have been slowly stepped up. It's a trailing step, trailing stepping stop, whatever you want to call it. So pretty cool stuff, but I didn't even get a chance to touch on that today. So that is something that's coming. I think I've thought about launching a 24/7 YouTube channel where I trade an EA, a real simple EA, right? 24/7, just live on YouTube. And I've looked at a couple different ones. One that's interesting may be what I'm saying here, is to do it on like indices and gold, probably index or something, where every morning when the stock market opens, which happens in 9 minutes from now. In fact, maybe we should watch this. But every morning when the stock market opens at 9:30, you get a propulsion candle. Typically, not always, most of the time, because all of the orders are dumped into the market at that time. Let's go over here. What do we got? 8 minutes left. 8 minutes before this happens. Let me pull up US 30. And it's not what I wanted. Maybe we can watch this. Anybody want to sit and watch this for in 8 minutes from now? Let's see. What would be a good one? Maybe just depends on the scale. Maybe the 5 minutes better. Maybe we'll watch the 5 minute. Typically, you get a huge propulsion. Now, you can see it looks like this is US 30. I'm sorry. Duh. Of course it's US 30. It looks like this is the non-farm payroll. It really tanked US 30. It pushed up with a big wick, tanked it, and now what have we done? We covered the fair market value gap, which was, if none of these candles were here, you've got a huge gap here. So the price has returned literally to the top of that fair market value gap, which was here, and it's covered it all. So who knows if there's much more room left. 7 minutes. I'm going to say I'll leave it to you guys to go watch this. We're not going to do it live. I'm going to end it here. But go watch. Pull up the 5 minute on your MetaTrader 4, US 30, and watch at 9:30, 6 minutes from now. Watch the volume. It'll push. It'll jump up and down, and then typically head off in a direction. Sometimes you get a rotation day. Sometimes it'll launch at 9:30. Not much will happen. It'll just, the rest of the day, just kind of, meander sideways. Most of the time, if you look at it, let's go look at something in the browser here. Maybe we will. Maybe I will talk for 6 more minutes. But let's look at the browser right here. Let me pull up US 30. Let's see, who do I want? Who do I want? I'll try this one. So, I'd have to probably go to probably the 1 hour. Let me scale this a little bit and kind of look at yesterday. So if you look at yesterday, this is somewhere, this is the morning, and I'm guessing pretty close, but this is the morning propulsion, wicked up really hard, kind of a psych out, and then look at the rest of the day, down, down, down. If you look over here, this is somewhere the morning, so you got to push up, and then up, 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 up for the day. And then at the end of the day, returned back. So you can trade that, and it happens so fast, you probably can't trade it manually. That's why I'm suggesting that I do it with that EA. And what do we got? 5 more minutes. And this is the 1 hour. Let's go back down to the 5 minute. You probably see it a lot better on the 1 minute, but let's go to the 5. Scale this up a little bit. So whatever, we'll wait 4 minutes. I want to watch the propulsion. What I can do is I can pull up the mobile screen also. We'll watch both of them. So they're both on US 30. It seemed, the reason I'm doing that is it seemed that TradingView was not keeping up with the candles. It was like it during that news release, it was like TradingView candle was 5 minutes behind. I don't know. Maybe that was me. So we'll take a look at it here. We'll watch the propulsion. Again, there was a lot of propulsion during that news release. Maybe when the market opens in 4 minutes, maybe nothing will happen. But you'll at least get to see, just kind of look at the fury of up down movement. 3 minutes. I'm just going to be quiet and sip on my coffee. I don't know. This stuff interests me. It's interesting to watch this. It's interesting to watch the market breathe in and out, what it does. Especially, this market open concept is pretty consistent in the sense that it just starts to move really hard because all of the orders are dumped into the market. The reason they dump all of their orders into the market, buy and sell, is because they can get them filled. That's when the market opens. That's the most movement. They get their orders filled at that point. So let's look at the clock real quick here. We're coming up on exactly 2 minutes. So we'll watch this. Be interesting. It'll either go nowhere or you'll get a significant kind of direction. It doesn't mean that's always, it might push up, like, it's so crazy you can't predict it. It might push up really hard, and then if you look at it for the day, it does a complete downtrend the rest of the day. And you just don't know. Sometimes it pushes up hard and then continues an uptrend for the day. That's why having an EA and just setting a buy, setting a sell, and letting it manage the thing. It's cool because the system I use, the algorithm I use, it will enter on the 5 minute. It will also put an entry on the 15 minute and an entry on, let me see. What am I doing? 5 minute, 15 minute. Oh no, I was doing it different times. I was doing it 5 minute, 10 minute, and 15 minute. I think it's harder to, you can set that all up with the EA. Typically, you don't have a 10-minute chart like in MetaTrader 4. You have a 5 and a 15, but it's there, right? All of the minutes. It's all based off of the 1 minute chart. So what are we doing here? Let's look. 29. That's not what I wanted. We are looking at 30 seconds. How time flies. Let's watch this here. So we're getting a little bit of a green push up. See how it's getting a little more volatile right now? 30 seconds, probably 15 seconds to go. Starting to really move. You can see it on the mobile device. TradingView is not keeping up at all. So we'll just watch mobile. Got a doji candle. Probably 5 seconds to go. There's the market open. New candle. Push, push, push. See the volatility there? Not a lot of volume, but it's moving. It's pushing up hard. In this particular case, if the EA was running, it probably would have barely launched a buy trade. If you look back at the candle. Not a lot of volatility. If you look at the 1 minute, it's probably a little bit more realistic. Yeah, look what the 1 minute does. See the volatility there? TradingView is not keeping up. I've never seen it. They must be slowing me down because I'm just looking at their free account anyway. See the volatility there? Lots of wicks, lots of indecision, dumping all of their orders into the market right now. So we're 1 minute in. New candle. I mean, look at that. There you go. Push it down. Bunch of up wicks. Now it's going to push down. That's why having an EA run this and just kind of manage it with trailing stops and stop losses and stuff like that. So, enter on the 5 minute, enter on the 10 minute candle, enter on the 15-minute candle, and let it manage all of that stuff. Because you might get knocked out on the 5 minute. You might get knocked out because of the volatility on the 15-minute or on the 10-minute. So you might get knocked out on the 5, might get knocked out on the 10, but in the 15, it pushes just far enough to grab that buy or that sell trade and run with it. Like, look at this. Look at it dropping. So it did some pushes up, pushes up, pushes up. Now it's dropping. So that's some pretty good volatility there. See that movement? Look at that. Had you had a pending sell order there, you'd be in profit. And potentially trailing it with a trailing step stop. So yeah, look at that push down. Now TradingView is kind of keeping up with it, but it's like a candle behind. TradingView being the white background there. So yeah, there you go. Manipulation of the market, expectations, especially with US 30 like that. Now, we can look real quick and then I'll end it, but let's go look at, so kind of take a sight picture of this US 30 on the mobile. Here, I'll put it in the center. And let's go look at gold real quick. Let me pull it up. Or hell, we can look at NAS. I don't know how it let's look at how it affects NAS. Similar movement. Let's go find gold here. And gold's pushing up. So, although not as volatile, but it is pushing up. So, all right, that's it. We had a crazy week, crazy 2 weeks. No, I do not control the market. I just trade it. So trade along with me. And if you guys had a bad week last week, let's be positive. Let's move forward. We have the best algorithm on the market. The market does what it's going to do. We trade it. And take this away from this. I've never seen it do what we seen it do last week. Will we ever see that again? I don't know. I hope not, right? But it's pretty rare. That was a what was that? That was a tsunami. I don't know. Came out of nowhere. But we're out of it. Really nice system reset this weekend, and I'll be pretty heavy in the group, making sure everybody is plugged in to the right feed, to the right stuff at the right bid, and we'll start a fresh new week and fresh rest of the year. So I will see you guys in the group this weekend, and I'll see you live next Monday for some getting back into the game trading. Take care.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.